Hello everyone, this is Duck2, welcome to another mod overview, this time on Tiny Pieces, a mod that adds a bunch of different small vanilla-like benefits, such as eggs, more rods, different ores, mossy stone, and a few other additional world gen specific things. So, as you can tell by this instance, no leaves on the trees, and the instance isn't really working too well, so if anything doesn't work here, just know that it is the instance I'm in. For whatever reason, it's not reflected by the mod as the mod should work. So, starting from left to right, we have the Nether Gold ore, which should drop 3 gold nuggets, and obviously if you have fortune, this will be increased. So you'll need an iron pick or higher. It doesn't work with anything lower than that, and obviously it should drop some nuggets there. Next we have quartz ore, which I think should work the same way as the regular quartz ore. You should be able to use a wooden pick possibly on it. Possibly. Should compare that to regular quartz ore though. The speed, yeah, so that's very different, so you may need iron or higher for that one, but for regular quartz ore obviously you just use wood or higher as per usual. Otherwise, we have the 2 Nether Rods, which should be made with either a nether brick and blaze rod to make the following, and if you have a nether wart alongside a blaze rod and nether brick, you have access to a red nether rod. Now I don't know of the recipe because I can't get it working, but as you can tell here it says it's created with one of the nether brick items and a blaze rod, and then the other one requires a nether wart for the red nether variation. Pretty much what they are is just for decoration, I'm pretty sure. They don't have any sort of damage to apply to the player or mobs, so they are just a decoration or something you use in a nether themed map, for example, and you are supposed to get 4 upon creating it. So yeah. Next up we have mossy stone, which is just moss on top of stone. What you need is just some bone meal on stone, you can convert it and you're good to go. In terms of picking up though, obviously this instance isn't working too well, so I'm not too sure on that. We'll just see, I'm assuming you need stone and higher, maybe silk touch or something, but I can't even access an anvil, so as you can tell, not exactly able to demonstrate. I'll have to work it out after. Otherwise, we have the ice glaze and water puddle, which you can get from either a sheet of ice in cold biomes, or if you're in a wet biome and you happen to use a water bottle on either, you should be able to get a water puddle or ice glaze. So you just get a water bottle here and sneak right click. You can see that there is water there. We're in a, obviously not a cold biome, but a sort of more reasonable one for water puddles. If we were in a cold biome, obviously you would get an ice sheet or ice glaze. If there isn't anything below the puddle or possibly even the glaze, it will disappear though, so keep that in mind. You can break, I think, the ice glaze though. You obviously can't puddle, so yeah, and I don't know if you can silk touch it, because obviously I'm unable to, and I'm not exactly an expert at enchanting tools and commands either. Otherwise, you do have access to a cooked egg, which obviously you just melt in a furnace, but even that for some reason isn't working for me. So yeah, we'll just use the effect command to give us hunger. Okay, a snail. And if we eat this, we should get 3, so a bit more than bread. And more, less steps for just going about that. Otherwise, there is other tweaks, such as biome-based caves. There is pig and rabbit litters. There is chickens shredding feathers. Sheep stubble, rabbits spawning in forests, and a bunch of other additional things, such as stairs, bone mealing flowers, a bone meal flower, shulker respawning, and otherwise. So, I'll actually go with the images here because it'll make things easier if I can't find such things. So, forest cave with moss stone. We've got the desert one with some of the chiseled sandstone. We've got an icy cave with ice and the ice glaze. Got an ocean cave with coral that's obviously dead, or doesn't have access to water. Some quartz ore, among other ores. And then obviously you've got sort of a vein size of what the nether gold ore will look like, and obviously a recipe for eggs. Unless I guess sticks just don't work in a furnace to cook an egg, possibly. Either way. So we'll see what we can find. But yeah. So I'm trying looking around for a bit, and we should be able to find some stuff. We're obviously in a forest biome currently. If we actually go to a desert, we should be able to see some stuff there. We'll try and go to a coal biome afterwards. So, got a village there. Are we going to get any sandstone caves? Doesn't seem like I'm getting any. Might just be the version I have, or it might just be the world gen for whatever reason. Not too sure on that. Which this is a desert, a savanna. There we go, here's our desert. So we'll go in this direction. And it doesn't seem to be the case unless it has to be an actual desert, not desert hills, but... Oh no, okay, we have a few. We have a few, but mostly those that are connecting to the surface. Anything else further down doesn't, so it gets more and more stone-like further away you go down. But mostly more if it's connected to the surface, then you'll get sandstone. And caves. And we'll try with a more cold biome. Let's see, cold ocean, frozen river. Let's try something like I don't know if it was a tundra or it was something else. A snowy biome, it doesn't say in particular. Either way. In terms of mob-specific stuff I probably can showcase, we'll try with some chickens. Dropping feathers. So we just got some there. Sheep. We happen to, I think, dye them if possible. So, chicken dropping feathers, sheep having the actual colour of the wool that they have had shorn. Similar to bedrock. Rabbits and forests. Stairs to get 8. Bone meal flowers. And respawning of shulkers and other spots for cave spiders. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Things I can definitely demonstrate. Otherwise though, thanks so much for watching and goodbye, but obviously I do have some configs to cover. First one obviously is for the stubble colour to appear on sheep, so obviously if you want it to be the consistency of white, then you can, but if you want it to reflect, then obviously keep it on by default. And in terms of others, we do have the ability for bone mealed flowers, extra stairs to be for 8 instead of 4, petting of animals, your pets, which we might actually do now. A wolf. Go to the savannah to demonstrate some other stuff there. So you can just sneak right click for petting them. Picking up cake with shears or silk touch. Having pig or rabbit litters. I'm assuming in that they will most likely spawn ground and naturally generating pig at a guess. Not sure. Otherwise, bone milling of stone to make mossy versions, or just having it still be that you can't bone meal it, but you do have it spawn naturally in the actual overgrown forest cave is your only other means of getting access to it. Chickens shedding feathers, shulker spawns happening, the actual weight of the spawn rate, I'm assuming, or the actual chance of them spawning in possibly in boats and otherwise. Either way, the group size as well for spawns. The rabbit tweaks can be tweaked according to if they do or don't in biome, the forest, or how many actually spawn. And then cave spiders as well, where if they spawn in forests and or jungles, they can or not, and obviously the actual spawn size or rate also. You've got obviously any specific changes to biomes if you want to enable or disable those, so that there is ice and ice glaze and ice biomes, or snowy biomes, dead coral puddles in ocean biomes, vines and mossy stone in jungles, forests, and then obviously the sandstone or terracotta in mesas or deserts. The ability to enable or disable some of the other stuff like the Nether Rods, mossy stone, ice glaze, puddles, and so on. The actual Y level and other things you can tweak for the Nether Gold ore. A few things you can tweak with the quartz ore in the overworld. So the vein size, the ore chance of it happening, the actual ore height or Y level, and there's your vein size there, and the ability for if you do or don't want to be able to cook eggs. So there's a lot of things you can enable and disable regarding items, blocks, biome changes, and mob specific changes. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.